Okay, I think we got the broadcast up. Thank you for anyone who will in the future stop by. We're going to be playing 5 Days a Stranger, the first in the I cannot talk. In the Trilby quadrilogy. Okay, shutting that down just because you have to have the intro. I really cannot talk, and I'm sorry. The intro is only when you first start off the game. Okay, shutting that down just because you really cannot talk, and I'm sorry. The intro is only. And one day, I will remember not to have Twitch up in the chat on the Internet browser while I'm talking, so I don't have that happen again. Okay. Well, not much to be said. I'm going to start the game. Again, just in case anyone didn't know, this is a horror game. It's got violence, it's got death. It's a graphic adventure game, but it's also hella creepy. So, fair warning if you're not into that sort of thing. Well, let's start 5 Days a Stranger. I don't have a name. I used to have one, and a lot of people would like to know what it is. Some call me Trilby, and as a name, it suffices. I've been called many things. A burglar, a hoodlum, a criminal. I prefer to think of myself as a gentleman thief. And tonight, I've something potentially very rewarding in store. My fence phones me in the middle of the night and asks if I know about Defoe Manor. Apparently, the last of the Defoe line has obligingly died without heirs, leaving all the family valuables up for grabs. The lawyers have got the place locked up tight, but that's never stopped me before. And the place is, of course, deserted. Yes, this should be a painless and rewarding evening's entertainment. 5 Days a Stranger. As far as I know, the special edition only includes the author commentary, which we're not going to do, and an interview with the creator, which we're not going to do in the stream. I might watch myself later. Okay, playing with the power of the Steam controller. Let's start her up. Let's remember the right button. You're not. Why is the controller not working? Seriously? There is no reason for this. Are they gonna work now? Yes. Okay. That's. I am still learning the Steam controller. I only just got it, and oh, time to figure stuff out. Okay, here we go. Meet Trilby. We'll be seeing a lot of him. And the gentleman thief makes his entrance. I am going to keep doing this, aren't I? Okay, my problem, which I realized, is I was trying to control it on the broadcaster and not on the actual game. That helps. Okay, let's take a look at things. Let's try the walk over there, check out the cabinet. Our inventory, we have the Grawly, which is Trilby's combination grappling hook and umbrella. Because he's very British. Look at the... No, that was the wrong button. Look at the cabinet. It's an empty glass-fronted cabinet. Oh, that's cool. Did it catch the whispers from that? That was awesome. An Armstrong's 14 steel safe. I can crack these in my sleep. A rather dreadful portrait of a woman, early Victorian style, and I noticed a wedding band on her finger. It must be the wife of the mansion's first owner. Bachelor of Law awarded to Clarence Defoe by the University of Warwick. Clarence Defoe was the last owner of the house who just recently died, and I think I just lost whatever sympathy I might have had for him. Okay. An executive chair upholstered in black leather. Nice. It doesn't seem to be a Victorian fixture. Must be a recent addition made by the most recent tenant. It's a door. Okay, that's just walking, so nothing to see there. That's the window through which I entered this place. You will live to regret that so much. Okay, we've just done enough looking around. Let's see if we can actually use things. Let's see if I can remember to hit the right buttons. Use. Safe. No, not Trilby. Well, I guess he's not sure what to do with himself. Let's open the safe. Damn. Empty. Guess the family solicitor got here first. Let's see. Is there a safe behind the portrait? It's too bulky to carry around. It's also unsigned and therefore valueless. Oh well. Nothing in this joint. Let's see. Is there something on the top cabinet? I can see from here that it's empty. Nope, I guess it's glass. Well, nothing to steal here. Might as well leave. It won't open. Must have jarred shut somehow. Well, I guess I'll have to take the old-fashioned way out. Yes, the valiant thief goes through the front door. What? Oh, no. No! Stay away from me! Stay away! What got into him? Oh, wait. I keep forgetting I'm wearing this thing. But who the hell was that guy? I was under the impression this house was empty. Why that guy ran away screaming is a question that won't be answered till the third game, and it's brilliant that the setup for it was this long. But let's look around. Can I just... Oh, cool, I don't have to go in the menu. These windows are all so dirty, it's impossible to see clearly through them. It's another door. It's what we in the trade call a door. It's a large rectangular piece of wood used to fill those ungainly holes in the wall. It's a door, what more is there to say? As you have probably already figured out, this is a door. Nothing much to see in the hall, so let's try going in some of these doors. It's a bathroom. A very understated mirror. It's a shower curtain, or rather a bath curtain. An immaculate porcelain lavatory. Told you it was British. It's a sink. Beyond that, there's not much I can say about it. I hate bidets. They're so decadent. Just an ordinary bathroom mat. These windows are all so dirty, it's impossible to see through them clearly. Seriously, these are some dirty windows. Where is the housekeeper? I hope this wrong button thing is at least amusing and not annoying. I'm just gonna take my finger off that. Locked. Wait, is that supposed to be a problem for you? You can crack a safe, but you can't open a locked door? Come on, Trilby, up your game. Locked. Locked. You are the worst thief ever. I love you, but you're the worst thief ever. How do I go downstairs? I want to go downstairs. No, that's the opposite of what I wanted you to do! Yay, we're downstairs. Let's look around. Looks like an edition of the local rag. I'd say this must be the main entrance to the entrance doors. Hopefully they won't object to acting as an exit too. An ordinary telephone. Perhaps this could be my ticket out of here. Start doing things. Oh. My keen senses tell me this is a door. Is this a door I see before me? I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun with these. Well, let's go. There's nothing to steal here, so. No latch, no chain, no deadbolt. It doesn't even have a keyhole. So why won't the bloody thing open? This is becoming very tiresome. Line's dead. Somehow I was expecting that. Should always keep abreast of day-to-day events. Heir to Defoe's estates found dead. Sir Clarence Defoe, last of the long-running Defoe line, was found dead yesterday in his home. Defoe, 24, was found hanging from a tree in front yard of Defoe Manor. His recent bride, Julia Swanson Defoe, was also found dead in the mansion, apparently stabbed to death. Inspector Jacob Barnes, the officer in charge of the investigation, has closed the case. There's no mystery here, he said. Defoe killed his wife and then killed himself. We already disproved the possibility of a third party. So, murder-suicide? Sir Clarence's solicitor, Michael Cheesham, however, has gone on record questioning the inspector's judgment. Last I saw of Sir Clarence, he was infinitely content. He would never have committed such an act. Plus, there was no suicide note. Oh. It's larger than a window and smaller than a garage, so I guess it's a door. I'm just gonna go through it. Still a comment about the dirty windows. Let's see what else. A nicely varnished oak dining table. Probably bought in from IKEA. Professionally quality portrait of a bearded man in a Victoria explorer's outfit. A little plaque at the bottom reads, Sir Roderick Defoe. I think of all the doors I've seen here, this is by far the best. Brand new fridge freezer unit. Just a plain old kitchen cabinet. The cooker looks like it's never been used. The kitchen sink of everything but fame. More dirty windows. I take it back. This is the best door in the house. Why is this the best door in the house? Because it's the one that will get me out of here. Same thing in the fridge. Evidently no one cares if I start on this place. I've had something to cook, but I don't. I don't need to wash my hands right now. I got out a door! Oh, I want to look at the twig. This is going to be a thing. A single dead twig. Must have come off the tree. A large oak tree stands proud beside the house, branches reaching all the way up to the roof. I used to go out with a girl who had a door just like that. I just meant one shed as a whole, but if you want to consider it. I think I can see the interior of a tool shed. It was a window we can see through. Progress. The water is deep and smells strongly of chlorine. It looks like the pipeline comes away from the pool and goes under the lawn. I wonder where it leads. Someone's done a real number on this lawn. Digging their way out? No, it seems more like they were looking for something. Very tall, very smooth, very sturdy. It's a video game. Can I climb this wall? I can't climb them. Well, that's up. Don't want to get dirt under my fingernails. It's a very pretty leaf. Again. Well, this is a graphic adventure game. No, you're not gonna let me take the twig. This is a graphic adventure game. We take everything. Whether or not it would make any sense at the time. Welsh dresser, how bourgeois. Now, this is what I call an antique. Nice finish. Probably could fetch a decent amount if I can find the right dealer. Straight from the Argos catalogue to your living room. I don't know what Argos is. A rather amateurish landscape. The signature identifies itself as the work of Matthew Defoe, circa 1818. Some examples of popular Victorian fiction. Have I already told you about the girl who had a door just like that? Let's see, can I take the rocking chair? I think finding my way out of this place is higher on my priorities than stealing furniture right now. Or not a very good thief. It's just ornamental, the drawers and the cabinets are all empty. There's some pretty unscrupulous art dealers, but I doubt even they deserve this. I doubt any of these would be helpful. A nice sit down can wait for later. I want to click the eyeball. There we go. Is one obscenely overstuffed sofa. A Sony MH400. Some collector's value here. The MH400 was becoming defunct around the same time as the Rubik's Cube. It's an extension cord for the VCR. The TV must have another power source. Just a plain old VCR. Yes, I took something! Truly stole something! Steal the VCR. There doesn't seem to be a tape inside. Had no comment on this time. In other news, the society world is still shaken by the sudden death of Sir Clarence Defoe. Sir Clarence and his wife Julia were found dead last Thursday in Defoe Manor. Our correspondent, Peter Daltrey, has the report. It was just 4 weeks ago that this place was abuzz with activity as Sir Clarence moved in with his new bride, Julia Swanson Defoe. Now, after this shocking tragedy, the place is quiet as a tomb and empty of human life. Sir Clarence has only proven his attachment to the Defoe lineage almost 1 year ago. Since then, they have been renovating for the long-abandoned family mansion in preparation for his marriage. The police have already declared this tragedy as a murder-suicide. The though many have insisted that Sir Clarence was incapable of such an act. The debate rages on while the fate of the house and family fortunes remain unclear. This is Peter Daltrey, BBC News, Defoe Manor. Thank you, Peter. Our top stories again. Minister. I guess I hate television. Why did you watch it? Because I forced you. I fear what's holding me home. Well, this is a haunted house. Sorry, spoilers. Don't think really, but... Sorry, all the talking is covered whistles. I got 4 games to get through. Hey! Oops. It's about time you showed up. Okay. Sorry? And well you should be. I've been stuck in this house for days. Where's the way out? I'm sorry, I don't understand. You're the guy who owns this place, right? No. Oh. So how'd you get in? A window on the 2nd floor. Is it still open? No, it jammed shut. Damn. Well, looks like the house has a new guest. I hope no more turn up. We've only got 5 chairs. If you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Wait a minute. Yes? Who are you? Oh, I beg your pardon. Hardy's the name. Philip Hardy. Call me Phil. And you are? Trilby. Well, Mr. Trilby, I'm afraid you are now a prisoner. Like me, like everyone else in this house. A prisoner? Don't ask why, but once you get in the house won't let you leave. I've tried all the doors and the windows, none of them open. The garden wall's unclimbable, and I can't tunnel under it. But why? Who's keeping us here? Beats the hell out of me. Whoever it is, they will certainly not be safe from my fists once I get out of here. So, if there's something you're not telling me, now would be a good time to get it off your chest. I assure you I am completely mystified. So, how many more people are in this place? Only 3 more. First there's Jim, the youngest. He turned up just after I did. He's a good kid. Second, Simone Taylor. You probably know her off the telly. She's a correspondent for the BBC. She came here to make some kind of documentary, I think, but now she's stuck with us. Lastly, there's AJ. Skinny bloke with a stash. He won't tell us who he is or where he came from. All I know is he's been here longer than anyone. Nearly a whole week. I think I've already met him. Oh, what a heartwarming story. Anyway, why don't you see if you can track them all down? I'm calling a house meeting in the lounge. Spread the word. I trust you'll enjoy your stay at Defoe Manor, Mr. Trilby. I still don't understand. Just find the others and tell them to meet up in the lounge. We can discuss things properly then. Okay, looking around. Pressing the wrong button. A stuffed tiger head mounted in the act of snarling, presumably to justify its death in some small way. A very old sepia photograph of a man in explorer's gear, standing over a dead tiger. The label reads, Sir Roderick tames a vicious beast. The gun he's holding looks a lot like the one on the fireplace. I'm no expert on guns, but I think that's a late 18th century musket rifle. Standard issue of the British Army in that period. So it's not enough he has to kill animals in Africa, he has to go and do it in Canada too. It's an ancient picture of 2 men in full hunting gear. The label reads Sir Roderick and Carstairs. Carstairs. That's a name. Evidently someone fancies themselves a big game hunter. Or maybe they just fancy themselves. bell jar containing a rather hideous-looking wooden idol. A very old photograph of a small collection of straw huts. The label reads, "A native village." It's been lit recently, probably by Phil. A photograph portrays a native bearer of an aggressive stance before a very worried-looking Ryan. The label reads, "Savage versus Savage." But who's the real savage? Yeah, let's try taking things. Let's try not glitching. This is more like cart boost sale material. I can have gun. Whoa, this thing's heavier than it looks. I'm not carrying this around everywhere. Better find a place to put it down. Nope, no easy gun. Oh, did you hear the whisper started again? No, I don't want to walk there, I want the hand. Can I steal the moose head? The antlers wouldn't fit in my blazer. No, thank you. I have a thing about lions. Well, maybe we can steal what's in the bell jar. Even if I wanted that ugly thing, which I don't, I'd have to break the glass to get to it. It's a bell jar. You can lift it up. I think the instinct to stick a hand in the fire was evolved out of us as a species a long time ago. No, what's the gray thing? There's no gray. Okay. Well, we've been in pretty much every room in the house that's not locked now, so let's go find everyone else we're stuck here with. Anyone out here? Nope. No, I'm just trying to walk. Oh, no, I don't want to quit the game. I do not want to quit the game. That was not quit the menu. Oh, wait. Did he just run? I can make him run! I can sometimes make him run, okay. Guess everyone's upstairs. Eddie's probably hiding in one of those locked rooms. Still locked. Hello, you are a human being. Simone. Pardon me, madame. What? Oh, hello. Philip mentioned we had a new guest. You're Simone Taylor, right? Yes, you must have seen me on TV. And you are? Trilby. Got a first name? No. Hey, wait a second. Not the cat burglar, Trilby? Oh, wow. I presented a Crime Watch special on you once. Oh, man, I wish I had a camera right now. Oh, this could be huge. You wouldn't consent to an interview, would you? Madam, even if I did have a sudden retarding brain injury, that would cause me to do so. Don't you think our apparent imprisonment is a slightly more urgent matter? I admit I thought so the first day I was here. But I've been here 4 days now, and I really think I'm learning a lot about this place. If I could just get these infernal doors open. Philip's calling a house meeting in the lounge. Yes, it's so like him to do that when a new face appears. I'll see you later, Mr. Trilby. Okay, so we're still looking for Jim and AJ. I thought Jim was outside, but apparently he wasn't. Going to the bathroom. Still locked. Still locked. Still locked. Huh? Where is everyone? Wait, was he? Hey! What? A large oak tree stands proud beside the house, the branches reaching all the way up to the roof. Okay, we've done that, so I guess we talk to the tree. Is someone up the tree? Oh, hi! You're new! Have you come to set us free? No, apparently I'm a prisoner now, too. I'm guessing you must be Jim. What were you doing in the tree? I thought I might be able to get over the wall. But the tree's too far. And there's a ravine just outside the wall, too. So, I understand, yes. Philip wants us all to meet in the lounge. Oh, okay. I'll head there now, then. The search for AJ continues. Ah, our new arrival has graced us with his presence. I expect there's a lot you want to know. Join the club. So, let me see if I've got this clear in my head. You're all trapped in this house by some invisible intelligence. Right. And you can't leave. Nope. And as soon as I entered here, I became trapped too. Pretty much. Why? Why would anyone keep us prisoner here? Maybe they're just lonely. No, if they wanted company, they'd have shown themselves. Maybe they have. Maybe one of us is behind all this. Oh, don't be silly. Why would any of us want to trap a load of people here and pretend we didn't? I don't know, do I? I don't speak loony. We mustn't squabble amongst ourselves. Hampered with paranoia and suspicion, we'd only hinder each other. I suggest we assume for now that we all four are innocent. I agree with that. We 5, including AJ. Where is he, anyway? I couldn't find him anywhere. I saw him just after I arrived, but he ran away from me. Well, that's odd. Listen, Mr. Trilby. We work as a team in this house, and that's how it's been since it started. So, we all have to share information. No secrets. So why did you come to this house? He's a cat burglar. Why'd you even have to ask? Well, I didn't come here to take part in some bizarre Big Brother event, that's for sure. Is there anything you know about this house that would help? Anything at all? I doubt I know much more than any of you. All I know is the last day I just died, and it's supposed to be empty. Well, you're not much of a help, then. But it's an extra pair of hands is always useful. I'm still not completely clear on a few details. Do I get to ask you all some questions now? Sure. Just ask any of us whatever you like. Question mark. Miss Taylor, yes? What do you know about the mansion? Well, I've heard some pretty disturbing stories about it. Here we go. There's been stories of weird happenings around here for decades. So ever since the first disappearance of the original owner and his son. People have gone missing in the area around the house more than anywhere else in the country. People from all walks of life. People like us? Don't say that. How did you come to be here? I only came here for a documentary. There's been lots of interest in the old ghost stories lately. We figured something on Defoe Manor would pull in the ratings. And not because it would make interesting viewing. This is why I hate television. Excuse me, I was talking. I arrived here before the camera crew. I was supposed to wait for them. But I couldn't resist just taking a walk around the grounds. Next thing I knew, I was in the backyard. I looked all over, but I couldn't find a way back to the front. It was my own fault, really. Yes, it was. What happened to your camera crew? I've no idea. They probably just left when I never showed up. I'm sort of glad they didn't get mixed up in this too. Quite. Tell me a bit about yourself. Why, that's so sweet of you to ask. We're in for it now. I'm a correspondent with the BBC, but you probably already knew that. I'm afraid I don't watch much television. Oh. Well, I do outside broadcasts for news, mainly. Sometimes I present documentaries or variety shows. Wherever I'm needed, really. Very much a Jill of all trades. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. I'm sorry, my British accents are all over the place. I'm trying, but I'm not sure I'm succeeding. Mr. Hardy. Yes, Mr. Trilby? Please say something to drown out these whispers. What do you know about the mansion? Plenty. I read on an article in this month's Treasure Hunting Monthly. It was built by some explorer guy, Sir Roderick Defoe or something like that. His wife died giving birth, and he and his son went missing sometimes later. Hell, maybe the article could tell you better than I could. Here, I'll let you borrow it. Thanks. Just don't mess it up too much. It's for my scrapbook. How did you come to be here? Well, I came up here looking for some artifacts. And I'm sure you had the full consent of the Defoe solicitors to do so. Shut up. I just heard some old family tombs somewhere under the building. I mean, really old. Anything inside probably doesn't belong to anyone, so finders keepers. I managed to call in a few favors to get over the ravine and the back wall. Then, of course, I couldn't get out again. How many people know you're here? A handful, I suppose. They wouldn't get suspicious till I go missing for months, though. Tell me a bit about yourself. About me? Well, I'm in what you call the import-export business. You're a thief. I am not a thief. I'm a treasure hunter. I only take what belongs to dead people, since they're not using it, you know? Our new friend, he's the thief. True, but also a gentleman. And I only take what I'm sure no one's using too. I'm sure that's a great comfort to them. That's all I wanted to know. Righto. And Jim. So, Jim, yes? What do you know about the mansion? Not much. You could always just about see the roof over the playground wall. We always had to tell each other it was haunted. Why? Were there any stories or legends attached? Well, a friend of mine used to say a crazy hermit lived here, who killed people and ate them alive. Oh, I'm certainly reassured. How did you come to be here? It was so stupid. We climbed over the school wall at lunchtime. Why? It was a dare. We were going to see how long it would take the school to find us. Then we came across this old house, and Richard dared me to knock on the door. He bet me £1 I wouldn't do it. My school was like that. Broke my collarbone playing pile-on once. Shut up, Philip. What happened next? Well, I was about to knock on the door, but it opened by itself. I heard Richard dare me to take a step inside. So you did, and the door closed behind you, and it wouldn't open again. Yeah. Your friends didn't call the police or anything? How should I know? I guess they didn't, since no one came. That was on Wednesday. The school probably knows I'm gone by now. I see. Tell me a bit about yourself. Like what? I don't know. Where were you before you came here? I was at St. Trinton's boarding school, not far from here. Been there since I was 10. My parents move around a lot, you see. How old are you now? Nearly 16. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Anyone else see a pattern in all these stories? Which pattern would that be? Seems to me the house only traps people individually. It didn't try to trap Jim's friends, or Simone's camera crew. It's only letting us in one at a time. You're talking about the house like it's intelligent. Surely it's more likely that there's some joker behind all this. Maybe. But how did they know we were coming? How did it know to leave a window open for me, or risk one of you finding it? You think the house is haunted? I wouldn't use that word, but I definitely have a very odd feeling. Like we're being watched, I suppose? Yeah. Maybe this is one of Simone's rating winners. Excuse me? Well, locking some people in a house against their will and secretly filming them. Sounds like a natural reality TV progression. It's also highly illegal. Wouldn't stop some people. Where the hell has AJ got to, anyway? I was hoping he'd be here. He's been doing some research on the house, and he was going to share it with us tonight. Maybe someone should go look for him. What now? It's getting pretty late. I admit I'm beginning to feel tired. Yeah, me too. But what about AJ? I don't think there's any need to worry now. If he hasn't turned up by morning, well then we'll look for him. Oh, all right. But we look for him as soon as we get up. Day 2. What was that noise? Oh, Jesus, no! Simone? Philip? Jim? Oh, God. Who did this? What the? You did this! Stay back. I'm warning you. Who are you? Lovely. Christ, I've never dreamed so vividly before. It was so disturbing. Okay, let's... Oh, I'm not going to restore. I'm going to save. So I'm no longer testing the controller, so... Oh, wow. Well, we have a spaz. Let's just go with... Around game 3, you'll know why I'm calling it that. Jim. There we go. Robert Louis Stevenson's seminal classic. Jim can't be older than 16 and he's wearing some mutation of a school uniform. Jim? Hi, Mr. Trilby. Do you know where the others are? Well, I don't know where Mr. Hardy is. But Miss Taylor's up in the library. The library? On the 2nd floor. I think she broke the door open or something. Thanks. What are you reading there? Treasure Island! I found it in the living room. How are you liking it? Well, it's a bit heavy going. I think I prefer Terry Pratchett. Well, can't blame him there. Seen AJ anywhere? Not since yesterday morning. He seemed pretty anxious about something. Did he say why? No. Just something about getting to the bottom of all this. Then he left the room and I never saw him again. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. I had this really horrible dream. You don't want to hear about it. You're taking this imprisonment very well, I must say. Well, it's not that different to boarding school, really. Except there's no one here to hit you across the knuckles when you talk too much at night. Lovely. That's all. Okay, Mr. Trilby. Let's go talk to Simone. Come on, come on. Let me pick the thing. You're not letting me pick the thing. Oh yeah, you can see where it's broken right here. Okay. The shelf was full of nothing but photo albums. A collection of old world maps and atlases, probably tragically out of date. The 1988 edition of Encyclopedia Britannica, with Wagner to Woodlouse missing. A completely unabridged Oxford Dictionary. Those don't come cheap. Lovingly bound textbooks on gardening. Books on the occult? Well, no doubt interesting bedtime reading. Books on photography, cartooning, and watercoloring. Some of P.G. Wodehouse's best. Okay. Just heard door opening. The door did not open. Historical text on the most really well-known noble families. The history of Defoe lineage. That looks interesting. Evidently someone's been doing a little research here. Several volumes of something called the Digest of the Visual Arts. Her name was Patricia. Oh, the girl with the door. She had eyes like sapphires, hair like a fountain of the night, and the most incredible pair of earrings I had ever seen. Anyway, she left me for the lead singer for the Doors, which explains why this door reminds me of her, I suppose. Sorry, I have a tendency to ramble when players won't stop looking at the bloody doors. Unless I'm very much mistaken, it's Simone Taylor, television personality. Oh. Let's talk to Simone. Hey, Miss Taylor. Ah, hello, Mr. Trilby. Do you know where the others are? Well, Philip said he was going into the garden. I don't know where Jim is. And AJ is still missing. Thanks. Sleep well? To be honest, not really. I had this terrible dream. Someone had killed you and Philip and Jim. I remember a huge guy with a welding mask. Let me guess, he took off the mask and he looked exactly like you. No. Actually, he looked exactly like you. What does it mean? Frankly, I don't want to know. Did you break the lock on the door? No, I just came up here and it was like that. I suppose AJ must have done it. He must have been reading from that pile of books. I don't know exactly. I'd have to ask him. So I take it AJ hasn't turned up yet? No. Do you think he found a way out? If he did, he didn't have the decency to tell us. I wouldn't be surprised. He's kind of jumpy. Maybe he just saw an opportunity and took it. Maybe. What do you know about AJ? Not much. He refused to tell us anything about himself. Where he comes from, why he came here. Not even his full name. Kind of suspicious, isn't it? Do you think he had some kind of agenda? I really wouldn't know. Of course, you're no one to judge when it comes to withholding names. Heh. How are you holding up? Oh, spare me the gallantry. I'm just fine. See you later. Sure. Let's see. Not. I want hand. I want hand, not. I think it's about time I read up on the Defoe family. Okay, here's Philip's article. It's an article cut out of a magazine called Treasure Hunting Monthly. The Mystery of Defoe Manor. Defoe Manor, one of the country's more notorious stately homes, is renowned for being a great source of untold wealth. But what is the curse that surrounds the creaking house? The mansion was built in the early 19th century by legendary explorer Roderick Defoe in a celebration of his retirement and marriage. Sir Roderick disappeared along with his only son on the 15th-year anniversary of his wife's sudden death. After that, the house fell into possession of a succession of heirs, most of whom died or disappeared in mysterious circumstances. The house was left abandoned after the last heir is thought to have died in 1946, until the recent appearance of a Clarence Defoe, who managed to prove his connection to the lineage and inherit the house. Well, that was something. The History of the Defoe Family, Volume 7. Roderick Defoe, later Sir Roderick Defoe, is probably the most famous of the lineage. Using a lot of the inheritance he attained when his parents died suddenly, he embarked on a series of adventures throughout the globe, earning quite a reputation as a colonial explorer. He retired from adventuring at the age of 40 when he met his future bride, Belinda Rothman, and fell in love instantly. He built a luxury manor in the English countryside, and the couple moved in as soon as the work was complete. By all accounts, the couple were deliriously happy, which made Belinda's sudden death while giving birth to her only son Matthew all the more tragic. Sir Roderick was in mourning for a long time, leaving the upbringing of Matthew in the hands of numerous nannies and tutors. When he finally did start taking interest in his son, he was known to be bitterly disappointed, as his son rejected the idea of joining the army, preferring to pursue arts and literature. As Matthew neared the age of 15, however, he and his father seemed to grow closer. They didn't always see eye to eye, but they seemed to understand each other and offer unconditional love. And then, on Matthew's 15th birthday, he and Roderick disappeared. A servant found bloodstains in one of the rooms, but no bodies were found. The fate of Sir Roderick and his wayward son remain a mystery to this day, the first of many mysterious disappearances connected to the Defoe line and the family house. Oh. A sun-bleached skull, presumably placed here to add a gothic ambience. Guessing it's a cow skull. Well, let's head to the garden to find Philip. Pick up sticks. Now to let me take the twig. Philip Hardy, a rather wild-eyed young man in a leather jacket and khakis. Hey, Mr. Hardy. Well, look who turned up. Have you seen the others? Last I saw Jimmy was in the dining room. Dunno about the Taylor woman. Thanks. Do you know if AJ's turned up yet? Not to my knowledge. In fact, I don't think we'll be seeing him ever again? Why not? Well, if this is some kind of reality TV stunt, he must have been in on it. Maybe he's gone to file a report on how all the hidden cameras are working. I honestly doubt this is the work of the BBC, Philip. Do you have a better explanation? Not yet. Well then. What are you doing with that metal detector? It's actually part of the plan to get out of here. Oh, good. I hear there's some kind of family tomb buried somewhere under the grounds. If I can find it, there might be another way to the surface. And I presume any family valuables they have down there would be an unexpected bonus. Hey, judge not lest you be judged yourself. You're a cat burglar, for God's sakes. At least I have a sense of priorities. Well, when you've found an escape route and saved us all, I will be sure to apologize profusely. How'd you know the tomb's there? I don't. That's what the metal detector's for. How'd you know there's anything to detect? It's probably all stones and dusty corpses. Actually, you'd be surprised how much metal can be found in a tomb. Belt buckles, coffin handles, candlesticks, gold, silverware. Implying something? Oh, goodness me, no. Listen, the tomb could be on the other side of the grounds for all you know. Sure, but this is as good a place to start as any. And until I see some compelling evidence for its location, I'll continue my systematic sweep. Are you the one who dug up half the lawn? Yeah. I was trying to dig my way out of this place. But the ground gets really solid 2 feet down, and the wall foundation goes down even further. Oh, that would explain the holes nearest the wall. What about the others? All right, I was looking for treasure. Happy now? You want some kind of metal? Just professional interest, you understand? Any luck? With treasure? Nah. Found some kind of pipeline running under the lawn, but not much else. Can I borrow your metal detector? What do you even want it for? I'm not sure yet. Brilliant. Well, I'll give you a shout when I'm finished with it. How are you doing? Oh, I'm just fine. And when I find a way out of here, I'll be even better. See you around. Whatever. Okay, Shumba. Okay, nothing we didn't see before. Okay, yeah, nothing there. Well, let's go figure out what to do next. Let's something about the pipe. Oh, what I was trying. There we go. There we go. Now, I have played this game before, but it has been a number of years, so it may take me a bit to remember some of the stuff. I think... Well, let's see if there's anything on the telly. I'll check it on the way back. Our top story this morning. Police officers are still baffled by the apparent disappearance of the television personality Simone Taylor. Miss Taylor was due to film a documentary on the notorious Defoe Manor, but her camera crew reported that she never arrived. Police have been investigating the building, but so far no way has been found to get inside. The Defoe family solicitor, Michael Cheeson, has the only key to the building and is currently unavailable. Miss Taylor's disappearance, coinciding with the disappearance of a local youth from a nearby boarding school, simply add to the legend surrounding the mysterious Defoe Manor. Reports? So, Jim and Simone's disappearance have been noted. there was a book that tells you where the tomb is. Yes, a couple of binders containing old architectural plans for the Defoe Manor. A map is always handy. There's Defoe Manor, with the underground tomb clearly marked as being under the front yard. Something odd about this map, like there's something missing. No, that's not it. There's something here that doesn't belong. Something I don't recall seeing in the house. That something would be this right here. Okay. Oh well, worth a shot. Hey, Mr. Hardy, I found this old map in the library. Did you? Take a look. The tomb is quite clearly under the front yard. But this is the backyard. There's no way into the front yard. Sucks, doesn't it? I guess that's my escape plan out the window. Thanks a bunch, buddy. Don't mention it. Can I borrow the metal detector? Why the hell not? Take away my hopes, might as well take my only other worldly possession too. Ah, he's a fun guy. Have fun with it. Thanks. Now do excuse me. This is going to be lovely, isn't it? I can track where the pipeline leads with the metal detector. The trail ends here. I don't want to get dirt under my fingernails. Seriously? Seriously? Okay, what else? Dig it out with a stick? Something I did when I was 2? on, why are you spazzing? Oh, you're gonna make me find a shovel or something, aren't you? Said there were tools in here, right? I wonder if it would let me in. Locked. No Trilby. None of the windows in this place open. That would make things too easy. Big bag of salt. See any dialogue options? Jim? Nope, no new dialogue options for Jim. I'm trying to find anything that looks like a shovel or something I can... Nope. Nothing here. How very anticlimactic. I keep forgetting it. It interprets using hand on person as punch. Seriously, where did Philip go? Might be something I missed. There's something already in the inventory. We've got the Grawley, a cord, a bunch of articles, and a stick. There's a blurry shape visible in the water, but I can't tell what it is. Perhaps if the pool was drained. Okay. So that's why we're trying to drain the pool. Graphic adventure games. And what do we have here? Seriously? I was just not clicking the right pixel? Philip's slave rings must have covered it up. We've got a panel. Well, that didn't seem to do anything. Ah, it didn't do anything with my foot. Let's go see what's hidden in the pool. Come on, hand. Hand. No, no, no. You're gonna make me do hand, then give me hand. Fine, we'll do it the long way. Christ. Oh Christ. This is definitely the man on the landing, presumably AJ. It looks like someone tied him to an iron hook at the bottom of the pool. But I think he was dead before then. His throat's been split open by some very large-edged weapon. God, the stench. I've got to find the others. Dead? How? Murdered. He was stabbed to death and then tied to the bottom of the pool. Oh my god. You know what this means, don't you? Sorry. The killer has to be one of us. Not necessarily. I don't think any of us could engineer. Shut up! It was you, wasn't it? You killed AJ and now you're covering your tracks. Philip, you're being absurd. Why would Trilby tell us where the body is if he wanted to hide it? He's covering his tracks. He was the last to arrive. Don't tell me you don't think that's not a bit suspicious of him. Look, what happened to AJ was a terrible thing. But if we let it tear us apart, we could all go the same way. He's got a point, Philip. Oh, I see. You're all in this together. Philip, shut up! As far as I'm concerned, there's no one I can trust anymore. From now on, it's every man for themselves. Philip! Idiot. He's shaken. We all are. So what do you think? About AJ, I mean. I'm not really sure. I think we're being haunted. Oh. Well, at least someone's keeping their head. Look, I'm not exactly in love with such an unscientific idea as a murderous ghost. But nothing other than the supernatural could have engineered this situation. And this house has a bad history. A history I think it's time I started looking into. Well, do whatever you want. I'm going to look into AJ's death with a slightly more sensible attitude. Where's Jim? Someone should tell him about AJ. I think he went upstairs. I'll go look for him. Father? Jim? Jim, is that you? What are you doing, Father? What? Father, no. No, don't. Father! Father! Hold on. Mr. Trilby! Day 3. Jim? Sorry, Mr. Trilby. You wanted me to wake you? Did I? You remember yesterday? You told me that AJ's You said about AJ that said you were going to look into the house. Then you asked me to wake you up this morning so you could get started. Yes, I remember. Thank you, Jim. Anytime! Oh, these nightmares. So let's save. Actually, let's check the TV first. I like seeing the daily reports. This morning, in other news, Michael Cheesam, solicitor of the Defoe estates, was found dead this morning in his office. Mr. Cheesam was found to have hanged himself. The ruling of his suicide has already been declared. In the latest of recent string of death and disappearances connected to the mysterious Defoe manor. A string which began with the murder-suicide of Sir Clarence Defoe and his young wife, and has seen more recently the disappearance of BBC reporter Simone Taylor. Police were hoping to acquire the key to Defoe Manor in order to investigate, but the location of the key was known only by Mr. Cheesam himself. Numerous television stars have already come forward to pay tribute to Miss Taylor, as it has become increasingly apparent that had disappeared. Bzzz. Something tells me there wouldn't be even that much coverage if there wasn't a celebrity involved. Wait. It's a portrait of a wizened, bearded old man in a safari outfit. The plaque reads, Sir Roderick Defoe. He was not wizened and bearded in the first time we looked. Okay, let's talk to Phil. Hello, Philip. Leave me alone, cat burglar. Have you seen the others? No. All I know is that they're not here, bothering me. Why don't you go join them? What are you doing? None of your business. Are those maps of the house? Yes, they're maps. I'm going to find a way out, then I'm going to get away from this madhouse once and for all. And after that, if I ever see your smug, pinstripe-wearing face again, it'll be 1,000,000 years too soon. Whoa, aggro down, Philip. Come on, Philip. None of us could possibly have killed AJ. You want to bet? You're over 6 foot. You could have done it easily. Maybe I could have, but I didn't. Prove it. You know I can't. Well then. You know your attitude could be the death of us. It's certainly going to be the death of you if you don't get out of my face. Feeling any better this morning? We know the answer to that. No, I'm just peaches. Now go away. I'll catch you later. Lovely fellow. What's this? I found it out here like this. Do you know who this is? Yeah. It's mine. Did you bring it in here last night or something? Of course not. It was in the front yard, and there's no way into the front yard. Maybe someone's trying to help us. Maybe. I'll go and find the others and let them know about it. Sure. Wicked has car? Great. My lockpicks are here. Haha, locked doors. They must have fallen out of my pocket while I was getting out of the car. That's why he didn't have them. Okay. I'll hide my emergency pick in the lining of my tie like I usually do. Okay, Weekend has lockpick. Let's get into the rooms. There we go. Pickaxe? I should have looked. No, no, don't. It's one of those two-man wood saws. I wonder what rare delights await within. Okay, so not much. What did I... Oh, it's empty, isn't it? The cupboard is bare. An empty workbench is like an empty mind. Oh, not much in here, but I got a pickaxe. I can open doors. I'm going to go open all those doors on the second floor. I think I did it, but it still won't open? Oh, there must be a deadbolt on the other side or something. Ah. There we go. Unlocked. Well, I got one of them. Yeah, let's look around. A rather nice piece of Victorian furniture. A fairly understated nightstand. This must be the room Sir Clarence Defoe had picked for himself and his wife. Funnily, there seems to be some little scratches on the wall just under the window. Come on. It is not letting me select the scratches. These don't look like they were made by human fingernails. Oh, that's lovely. That's a thing. Okay, so use. Well, what do you know? It opened. Oh, big crap! My window opened. Of course, since it overlooks the backyard, this doesn't help me much. Okay, we've got a book. According to the front cover, this is the diary of Sir Roderick Defoe, circa the early 19th century. No, I don't want to close the door. I want to take the book. I want to take the book. Why you not let me take book? Why? I took the book! No, I don't want to use the pickaxe. I want to take a look, because it's in a book. A reading rainbow. Don't want to use the pickaxe. Why are you? Why are you being weird? Okay. The Diary of Sir Roderick Defoe. March 5th, 1805. Work on the house is going well. It should be completed by the end of July. Belinda is already excited about the forthcoming wedding and spends many hours a day going over even the smallest details over and over again. Not since our early courtship has she been so giddy with joy. It softens my heart to see her smile, and she smiles often. I'm wondering why I didn't retire sooner. August 12th, 1805. I am only now having the opportunity to write this, as it has been a most hectic day. The wedding went without a hitch, and the house was ready for us to move in as soon as the ceremony was over. Belinda insisted on consummating our marriage immediately. I'm sure, dear diary, this house can be expected to hear the laughter of children before 1806 is out. February 14th, 1806. A romantic day for our announcement. The physicians have just left confirming that Belinda is with child, a child we can expect to be born in June. We have already decided if the child is a... We have already decided to name the child Matthew if it is a boy, or Jane if a girl. July 28th, 1806. Belinda is dead. I will never forget her face, ash-gray, contorted with pain. Oh, the child is healthy. Would that it had never come about and spared me this fresh hell. May 24th, 1820. Matthew showed me the painting of the grounds he created. I worry about that boy. Why can't he have healthier interests like soldiering? The painting was fair, I suppose, but I would rather my child be less of a weakling. June 28th, 1821. It is the anniversary of the night which I unleashed a horror which I shall remove from this world. May God forgive me. That's the last entry. June 28th. Am I off by a month? I was supposed to play this game for a month. I was off by a month. That happened. Jim? Yes? What do you think we should do next? I think we should be researching the house as much as we can. What are you doing? I'm just looking for stuff on the house. Why? Dunno. Yes, you do, Jim. Why? Because I want to help. But I'm not sure what I could do. Have you seen Philip and Simone? Mr. Hardy's in the dining room shouting at everyone who comes in. Miss Taylor said she was investigating AJ. Thanks. Do you want to tag along with me? Sure! I promise not to get in the way. Oh, this child, he's too innocent. Not talking to you because you're a jack. No wonder. Knock knock. Stand back, Jim. I broke it, that thing! I can see stairs through there. They must have been blocked off centuries ago. Okay, maybe use hole. I'll wait for you in the library. I don't blame you, Dim. I do not blame you. This is... yeah, there's a dungeon here. There is, in fact, a dungeon here. Are these manacles? What the hell was this room used for? Nothing good. Gotta go tell Simone I found a dungeon. Simone? Oh, Trilby. How's the ghost hunt going? Someone brought my car into the backyard. Yes, I noticed. It's your car, is it? Did you bring it in here? Trilby, I have no idea where it came from or how. I'm just glad to see a bit more color about the place. Yes, because that is obviously what's important. I see. What are you doing? I'm investigating. Like we all should be doing. So, what did you conclude? I found his wallet. He had an ID for almost every government agency I can think of. Everything from MI6 to CID. Really? I think he must have been sent to investigate the house. Some sort of secret mission. That's why he never told us anything about himself. It would make sense, certainly. And I'd say this constitutes a pretty spectacular failure of that mission. Any clues on who did this? Must have been a pretty big fellow, I think. Armed with a large slashing weapon like a machete. And I found a piece of leather. Leather? Like Philip's jacket? No, it wasn't black. Brown leather, like from an old-fashioned blacksmith's apron. There was a torn-off piece in AJ's hand. I see. How are you feeling? Fine, thank you. You're not too shaken about AJ? I don't have time to be shaken about AJ. Whoever did this to him might still be around. Once we're safely out of harm's way, then I'll think about being shaken. Okay, so we are not gonna tell her about the dungeon. Okay. Let's go find Jim again. Try and tell Philip about the dungeon. Hello, Philip. Leave me alone, cat burglar. Nope, he's not interested in the dungeon. I think if you find a dungeon, you need to tell people. There's a dungeon! That's not normal! Okay, so nothing in this house is normal, but... Open window. I don't think I can reach. Grolly. Use the Grolly, Trilby. Well, I'm sure it would be highly amusing to Grolly across the gap and slam heavily into the tree trunk. It would not be a great help. Okay. So I'd like to go back. How do I go back? Maybe it's because I used, so use. Window. Okay. I gotta go find Jim. Jim's in here. Jim? Yes? Do you want to tag along with me? Sure! I promise not to get in the way. Protect the cinnamon roll, that is true. Cut down a tree. Jim, give me a hand with this. Why did we cut the tree down, Mr. Trilby? I'm not exactly sure. I know it makes me feel better. What are you doing, Mr. Trilby? Just popping out for some fresh air. Why don't you go wait for me in the library? Oh, okay. Sorry, kid, but I'm not bringing a kid on this level of acrobatics I'm about to do. The last room in the house. We've gotten in them all. Okay, looking around first. An artist's easel with a blank canvas. How philosophical. It's for all intents and purposes empty. A single bed. Maybe this room has been left as a spare or something. A single... No, I want to look at the teddy, not the bed. It's a very old Victorian-era stuffed bear. A rather understated nightstand. I don't paint. And why the hell not? I take the bear. now I've got all the doors open. I'm trying to remember how to advance the plot. I'll talk to Simone again. It's like I remember the next major thing that happened, but I don't remember how to trigger it. Still gonna be Master of Personality Filters. Some occult books and Trilby thinks it's a ghost, so no. Sorry, Jim, we're just gonna be wandering all over the house until I remember what I'm supposed to be doing. check. Press the button and drown Simone. Oh, no. The button seems to be stuck. Specifically, probably so you cannot drown Simone. Probably gonna lose Jim again at this point. Are you going down there, Mr. Trilby? No, I think I'd rather sit this one out. I'll go do some more research in the library. Well, whatever you want. Well, do you blame me for not going down there? There's a dead body. Maybe I'm supposed to investigate the dead body? Poor mysterious AJ, we hardly knew you. Now is not a good time to disturb the dead. I am stopped. Take this room by room and see. So this would be the top floor. This is where we came into. Library, Matthew's bedroom, master bedroom, bathroom, stairs. Okay, that's clear. Okay, the backyard and the shed. That would be the kitchen going down to the dungeon, dining room, main room with staircase upstairs, front door, place we can't go to because we're trapped. So that would be the, whatchamacallit, the big living room, the TV room, and the trophy room. So no, that's everything. Maybe I can take salt? That raises a point. If there's no food in the fridge, what are they eating? Well, maybe we can see what those plans are he's working at. Apparently they're not important. And here we enter the boring part of today's festivities. He kind of blends in with the stonework, doesn't he? I keep thinking there's something in the bathroom, but I think that's later. I'm not the sort of cat burglar who leaves the taps running out of sheer malevolence. Is that a dig at Home Alone with the wet bandits? Am I missing? In these books, okay. Well, I guess, let's see, it's probably Belinda now, we know who she is. I'm getting desperate. I can't hook the cord back up to the VCR. Maybe I should try taking the gun again. Use my crawler to get over the walls, but I understand there's a ravine on the other side, and I'd better not risk it. I think there's less risk with the ravine. I do that. That is my opinion. I don't get it. I collected seemingly everything there is to collect. I hate to do this, but I know it's just going to be boring watching me wander around, so I'm going to see what I should be doing next. Cheating. Like I said, I hate to do it, and if I was just playing myself, I'd keep going, but this is for people to watch, and watching me loop around a house where nothing changes is boring. It's the part of the Let's Play you always just skip over, so I don't want to do that. I know me looking at my phone isn't much interesting easier, but it'll shorten this whole process. follows us. Wow, this is tiny print. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Upstairs, there's a lockpick. Wardrobe, use the relay to get to the room, get the teddy bear. Open the nightstand. There's a nightstand. I did miss some of it. Okay. Let's go back upstairs. Back up to Matthew's room. Because the nightstand opens. Nothing in here but this old diary. Okay, he did take the diary. The Secret Diary of Matthew Defoe. June 28th, 1814. Today is my 8th birthday. Nanny said I would be a big, strong man like my father. I wanted to see him today, but he wouldn't come out of his study all day. Nanny says he always gets cross on this day, but it's not because of me. August 5th, 1817. I found a new friend. He's behind the door in the kitchen, and he doesn't have a name. He likes me to sit and talk to him, but Father gets very angry when he finds me doing this. I asked Father who the boy behind the door was, but he told me there was no boy behind the door, and it was just a silly fantasy. May 24th, 1820. I showed Father the painting I just finished. He said it was quite good, which is the best thing he's ever said. While he was in a good mood, I asked if I could go and look behind the door in the kitchen. He pretended not to hear me. June 28th, 1821. Oh, my father's done a terrible thing. All this time he pretended there was no boy behind the door, and now this? Oh, there's blood all over the kitchen floor. I will do whatever I can. Then we can be a family together and be happy. And that's where it ends, except for a tiny ink blot underneath the text. I think I've read enough to have some idea of what's going on here. It must be the ghost in this place. If there is a ghost in this place, there must be some correction. I cannot talk. Some connection to the disappearance of Sir Roderick and Matthew Defoe. Was Matthew schizophrenic or something? Did Sir Roderick kill him and disappear to avoid the law? So neither of their bodies were ever found. If I could find Matthew's body, perhaps I could get to the bottom of this. Maybe there's a book or something in the library that could help me. Yep, that was it. I needed to find that diary. Let's hit up those occult books. Why not? I could certainly do with a laugh. It's a book on white magic. Finding a person from their possession. Tie the possession in question to a stick and dip it in salt. Next, wave it over the place where the subject sleeps. When you hold it in front of you, the direction should now indicate which direction the owner lies. Okay, so we've got use cord with a stick. Use stick and cord with teddy bear. Got our indicator. Let's go dip it in salt because why not? Man, imagine how many lost bodies could be found if the police could use this method. maybe look? Indicating downwards. Okay, that's what we're going. To the left, so that way. It's pointing straight downwards to the dungeon. Southeast. East. Southwest. Straight down. Matthew Defoe, I presume. Did Sir Roderick keep him down here? No, he can't have done. There'd been mention of it in one of the books I've read. So, hold on. I don't think that's Matthew's hand. There's another corpse down here. Looks like the body of a much older man. You know, I have a feeling this is Sir Roderick. Judging by the ribs, he was killed with a large stabbing weapon. But by whom? Smash! What was that? Sounded like it came from the other side of the house. And that was the event I was trying to trigger. No, go up the stairs, don't freeze on me, I don't want to do this again. Into the trophy room. Yes, because this couldn't possibly be a terrible idea. This is really a horrendously ugly little wooden idol. Hang on, what are these little stains? Day 4. What happened? Father, why? Oh God, my head. What? What the hell happened last night? I remember... Oh God, Philip. I guess that one wasn't a dream. Did I kill Philip? I don't remember anything. Last thing I remember is putting my hand on... that idol. I've got to warn the others. It's locked. God knows where they found the key. It's stuck shut. So I've got left the Book of White Magic and the bear. That's not going to help. It won't answer me. Hello? Is anyone out there? Quiet. Simone? Is that you? Yes, I'm keeping guard. Why? Shut up! You killed Philip! Don't even try to deny it! I did? Don't play games with me. I'm keeping guard here until the police get into the grounds. Then I'm handing you over. I'm already talking to myself. Simone, what do you want now? What have you done with my tie? It was Jim's idea. We took it off you so you wouldn't hang yourself. Why wouldn't you want me to hang myself if I'm such a cold-blooded killer? Jim still seems to think you might somehow be innocent. That boy really admired you, you know. I'm filled with shame, I'm sure. Simone, what do you want now? Where's Jim? Why do you want to know? So you can track him down and kill him? You could be in terrible danger. I know. Until the police have you handcuffed, we all are. Simone? Yeah, where's Jim? He knows that I'm innocent. Does he? You almost hacked him to pieces with a machete. I think I'll have to take that into consideration. Simone? Yeah, what do you want? If you left him alone, he's already dead. Shut up! The real killer's still out there. He could even be creeping up on you as we speak. I said shut up. You're making a terrible mistake. Oh, am I? The police will never get in here. The house will only let people in one by one. And even if an officer does get inside, they can't leave. Will you shut up about your stupid haunted house theory? One good solid battering ram to the front door and they can come and go as they please. Simone, what do you want now? The real killer's still on the loose! Oh, sure. I suppose they knocked you out, dressed you in their clothes, and put the machete in your hand, and cleverly hid while we discovered you. Something like that? Oh, please. Haven't you ever watched a horror movie? There's always someone who gets wrongfully accused of the killings. And whoever does the accusing is destined to be horribly murdered next. What the hell kind of fantasy world are you living in? You're the killer. That's a proven fact. There's no way of denying it. What makes you think I killed Philip anyway? Oh well, let me see. First, Jim and I are attacked by some huge guy in a welding mask and an apron with a machete, but manage to get away. Then we come into the kitchen and find a huge guy with a welding mask and an apron unconscious next to Philip's corpse. And then we took the mask off. Lo and behold, it's you. Look, you've got it all wrong. Oh, really? Well then, let's hear your version. The real killer tricked me. He made me put on his mask and apron. When he attacked me and Jim, he was wearing a grey pinstripe suit. I suppose you lent it to him for the weekend. I was possessed by the ghost. Oh, now that impresses me. Did you think of it all by yourself? It's the truth, I swear. Shut up. Just shut up. Go touch that idol in the trophy room. You'll see I'm not lying. It's a terrible idea, Trilby. Why would you suggest that? What a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Go and check some stupid idol leaving you conveniently unguarded. Maybe I'll save that for plan B. Thank you, Simone, for not doing that. Let's see. Let's go with the wrong answer 3 just so we can go all of them. Philip tried to kill me first. Oh, I see. You killed Philip in self-defense. So I suppose when you burst into the living room and swung that machete at Jim and me, you were just trying to swat a fly or something. Wrong option. Makes you think I killed Philip. He's possessed by the ghost. Just go have a look in the basement. There's 2 corpses down there, Sir Roderick and Matthew Defoe. And I was looking through the books I was carrying. Take a look through the books I was carrying. There's a ghost here, I swear! Trilby, I am not going to let you drag me into your lunatic fantasy. Just keep your mouth shut. Ghost. It possessed me, like it did when I killed AJ. What are you talking about now? The ghost! Trying to make me do things. Evil things. Shut up! It never leaves me alone. I can't sleep. Then I have the blackouts. And I wake up with blood all over me in an unfamiliar place. It's happened so many times I can't count them. Shut up! Kill AJ, kill Philip, kill everyone. It wouldn't leave me alone. I'm warning you. It's talking to me right now. It's saying, kill the bitch. Oh, wow. You can break the window, kill the rotten bitch. Shut up! Keep away from me. I don't blame her for wanting to keep away from that. I'm delirious with guilt most of the time. I can see the face of every poor innocent I've killed every time I close my eyes. Most evenings I cry so hard I vomit several times. Sometimes I just want this nightmare to end. If Demps comes right now, I'd welcome it. Oh God, Simone. Let me have my tie back. Your tie? Please? How to hell with it. Have it, you psycho. No, I want the tie. I'll just slip it on. And here's my emergency lockpick. See, this is the demonstration of the importance of forethought. Lockpick on door. There we go, unlocked. Where'd Simone go to now? I've got to get her and Jim to believe me about the idol. It's Philip. Someone's running through the machete. The worst part of it is that someone was probably me. Anything interesting on film? Whoa, what was that? It's a portrait of a skeleton in a blood-stained safari suit. The plaque reads, Sir Roderick Defoe. So what kind of news report we have today? Defoe Manor, the luxury country home for a respectable aristocratic family, or the eerie home of a dark, ineffable secret? Why have so many people disappeared around the manor? What did happen to Sir Roderick Defoe and his teenage son? Is there really some kind of ghostly horror lurking in the basement? All this and more on The Haunting of Defoe Manor. Tonight at 9, only on BBC Two. Now, that was kind of boring. Yeah, not touching it, not touching it. No one in here either. Where the hell is everyone? Trilby! Simone, before you say anything, I know you didn't really kill Philip or AJ. That's a turnaround. You do? I figured you were lying to get me away from the shed. I saw him again. Who? The killer! The guy wearing the melding mask. I spotted him downstairs, but he didn't see me. And I can't find Jim anywhere. Simone, you have to listen to me. The ghost... Oh, shut up about your ghost! This isn't a ghost, this is a regular flesh and blood psycho! Speak of the devil! Do something! Oh my god. Jim? Day 5. How is he? He's awake. He's fine. Doesn't remember anything, just like I didn't. Look, I only sort of half believe this possession thing right now. But in the absence of a better suggestion, I guess I'm going along with it. Have you been going over those books I was carrying? Yes, and some texts on the occult. Apparently, if you want to destroy this thing, we have to get the spirit back to its old body. That'll make it quasi-mortal. It'll still be dangerous, but not unkillable. We have to find the body first. And to do that, we need to know who the ghost is. I've been thinking about this, and I have a fairly workable theory. Yes, I've got a couple of ideas about it myself. Right, well, the ghost disappearance is to have something to do with the disappearance of Roderick and Sir Matthew Defoe, right? The deaths and disappearances all started after that. Agreed. So, what do you think? I don't think Sir Roderick's wife died naturally. I think Sir Roderick had more than one son. Sir Roderick obviously killed Matthew and disappeared. Actually, I'd like to hear your theory. I think Sir Roderick had more than one son. Yes! Because of what I read in Sir Roderick's diary. Exactly. He makes references to some monster he helped create, and he doesn't mean Matthew. And Matthew talks about another boy in the house, a boy behind the kitchen door. Those manacles indicate that someone was kept imprisoned in the basement. Where do you think the other son came from? I want to hear what you think first. I think Belinda gave birth to twins. I think Sir Roderick fathered a love child in Africa. I think Sir Roderick had an affair just before Delinda, and I don't know, what do you think? I think Belinda Defoe gave birth to twins. I agree with that. I found Belinda's death certificate. She died 20 minutes after Matthew was already out. I think it was her second son that did her in. Sir Roderick went practically insane with grief. Blamed the poor kid for her death, kept him locked in the basement, refused to even acknowledge his existence. Can you imagine what it would have been like for the boy? Growing up in a filthy grotto like some kind of animal, given no education, no love. The boy would be completely retarded and insane. He probably couldn't tell the difference between one person and another. That's why he kills absolutely everyone who enters this house. He thinks they're all Sir Roderick come back to torment him some more. But what happened on that day 15 years ago when Sir Roderick and Matthew disappeared? I found their corpses in the basement, so they were obviously murdered. The question is how and why. Obviously the boy escaped from the basement. Sir Roderick went mad and tried to kill him. Maybe someone found out about him and killed Sir Roderick out of sympathy. I have absolutely no idea. Sir Roderick went mad and tried to kill him. Yes! Remember in Sir Roderick's diary in that last entry? He talks about destroying the monster. He must have been gotten really drunk, and being the anniversary of Belinda's death didn't help. He went down to the basement and beat the poor kid to death. Half to death. Matthew found the body afterwards and tried to bandage him up. Matthew wasn't the sharpest tool in the box. His brother lived on a bit longer. Long enough to get a mask and machete and kill both his father and Matthew. Then he must have just died of his wounds. Jesus. And we're trying to destroy his ghost? None of what happened to him is his own fault. What little mind he has is no more. All he has now is hate. If we don't kill him, he'll kill us. There's no reasoning with him. I suppose you're right. It's very sad, really. What will you do now? I'm going to find his body. I'm going to figure out how to bring his soul back to it and destroy him. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I will. Good luck. Thanks. Mr. Trilby? Yes, Jim? Can I ask you a favor? Sure. I still have the mask and the apron and the knife from last night. I really don't like having them around. Sure. Thank you. No, thank you. Jim? Yeah? What exactly happened last night? Well, me and Miss Taylor were in the living room. Then this big man entered with a mask and tried to kill us with a big knife. We were able to get away, but we heard Mr. Hardy screaming. Miss Taylor told me to wait here. A bit later, she came back and told me it was you in the mask. I didn't really believe that. She went off to keep guard or something. Then I went to the trophy room and found this wooden doll thing on the floor. Next thing I remember, I was in the bathroom and my head really hurt. Did I really try to kill you? No. But something did through you. I don't like this place anymore, Mr. Trilby. You and me both. How are you feeling? My head still hurts a lot. And I feel a bit woozy. Apart from that, I'm fine. See you later. Okay. Use machete on apron? No. Mask? No. Teddy bear. I don't see why I should. Oh, I also want to save. Because it's the last day. We are on the 5th day of 5 Days a Stranger. And unlike Five Nights at Freddy's, it does end on the 5th day. There must be something about summoning angry spirits in here. Book of Black Magic. The arts of black magic and necromancy. Summoning angry spirits to their bodies. Murderous race are nigh indestructible when they can hop from body to body, but tying them to their own body returns them to partial mortality, a state in which they can be destroyed. Simple enough, place the spirit's original body in a place of fire and death. Return it its old clothes, then read aloud the following passage, omitting nothing. There's just a load of magical gobbledygook here. When I want to read it out, I should find this book on myself. Warning! Summoning a wraith will often bring forth other unquiet spirits who will haunt those who hold their possessions. Okay, so we need his body. Okay, I know I need to get a strip of leather from this, but I don't remember how. It's a blank canvas. Thus we have gone through the life and times of Sir Roderick Defoe. Good, you had a leather strip. Use. I feel like there should be scissors. Keep. Do the bodies have something on them? Oh, scissors. I want to take the scissors, Trilby. I wish I had a zoom. You're not gonna let me take the scissors. Yes! Let's talk to Simone? Trilby? Never mind. Okay, nothing. Yeah, so use scissors on apron, cut off a thin strip of leather. Use leather on machete. Use machete on mask. And we've got another scary looking pendulum. Now to dip this gory mess in salt. Not the black magic book. Look. Look. Straight downward, so is he in there too? I think this might have just glitched because this is not where I remember his body being. Oh, I didn't wave it over the place where he sleeps, that's right. And he sleeps right there because that's where he was manacled. Upwards, okay. We're back on track. Upward still, up the stairs we go. To the right. To the right. Still to the right, he is in the bathroom. Southwest. Southeast. East. Southeast. I don't want to do that. I want to... Northeast. Wow, this is very particular. Southeast. I don't want the book! Northeast. Northeast. East. Okay, we're on the right line. South. Straight down. I can't get them out with my bare hands. Okay, what do I have tool-wise? I've got nothing that's going to open a floor. Okay, let's... Well, we found the body. Now let's figure out how to get it out of there. I want my pickaxe back. Simone, what did you do with all the stuff you took on me? Took off me. I was carrying a bunch of stuff. There was a saw, there was a pickaxe. Where did you put these things? Maybe if I ask her, she'll tell me. A lot better once we get out of this madhouse. Come on. Okay, seriously. That's always been my grief with graphic adventure games, when you have to go over the territory over and over again looking for the one little item you missed. Sorry, Philip. I just feel weird walking by him all the time. It's like, it's my fault that he's dead. No. Flood it. Okay, I know it doesn't actually work, but you're not sure what to do with yourself. I just need something to break the floor, and then I think I can beat the game. But I don't know where to find the thing that will let me break the floor, so I can beat the game. That makes two of us, Trilby. That makes two of us. A book, a bear, a lockpick, an apron, scissors. so I don't want to use that. Maybe now I can use the machete to tear open the floor. Okay. Well, actually, I think I'm going to break for lunch at this point, so we will see if we can uncover the body of the killer in a bit. I'm going to save, because saving is good. Okay, I will be back in about an hour. Phantom out.